Lovely evening. Welcome. This is Scorecard live on Citi TV. It's been an amazing weekend of sports, mostly football this weekend, to be honest. United fans are crying, not impressed with their coach dropping points yet again at home. Chelsea fans are rejoicing, their team back to winning ways. Man City, Liverpool sold a cracker at Anfield. We are here to play back all of the action. Arsenal's winning run has finally come to an end. In Italy, there were victories for Juve, Inter Milan, Napoli stayed top. In La Liga, defeats for both Real Madrid and Barcelona, but Koeman still has a job. What's going on there? In the Bundesliga, shocking results from Bayern Munich. They lost at home to Eintracht Frankfurt, the first defeat in the league at home in 30 matches. Frankfurt had not won a game all season. Incredible stuff. What's happening? Football. What is happening in football? We've got all of that to play back for you here on the show. PSG also suffered their first defeat in the league this season. Incredible stuff. So it's been an amazing weekend of sports. We're here to play back all of that action for you. My name is Fentuo Tahiru. Fentuo Show is live and interactive on social media. The numbers are on your screen on WhatsApp. Let me hear from you. +233 550 585 832. And on Twitter, leave me a message with the hashtag. I'll retweet them, share as many of them as possible with the rest of our viewers across the continent. We'll take a very short break. When we come back, I'll introduce my guest and we can start flying. Oh, what a lovely weekend. Amazing. Incredible weekend. I'm out of words to describe the weekend, but I've got the men to try and put perspective on all of what is happening in the weekend. Christopher Nimley and Daniel Koranteng, my usual guest.
You have a problem.
How do I have a problem?
You start the program and let's start.
I started the show. How are you?
I'm good, man. Just you see, last week Sunday, last week Saturday, then in midweek, I was absolutely fantastic. Because at least, like I predicted, there will be more defeats.
Namely, how are you today?
I'm telling you how I felt since last week. You can't tell me how am I today. Don't tell me that. So yesterday, I was partially good.
Partially good.
And today, I am good. Because at least, there isn't any massive stretch away from my team. Because after the break, Social will play one more game. Otilo.
Daniel, how are you?
I'm good. No, the call has gone. Zero has called is Ferguson. Otilo.
Let me hear from you. Use the hashtag Scorecard on Twitter. I read your messages, as many of them as possible. So just keep them coming. Of course, also on WhatsApp, you see the numbers there. But let me start showing you some highlights now, because we've got a lot to talk about, especially on that early kickoff game on Saturday, which is where we'll begin today's action with. And it was Everton who were visiting Old Trafford to take on Man United. United, of course, had lost to Aston Villa in the week before that. Did a comeback against Villarreal in the Champions League, if you like. It was incredible stuff. But in the end, it was a 1-1 result. That was quite the disappointment for many United fans. All right, so Man United escaped with a 1-1 draw in that particular game. Namely, Saturday, early kickoff. Everybody says nobody likes to play early kickoff. The big teams never win the early kickoff games. It's almost like a curse. But in this particular game, United, yet again, exposed on so many levels.
Look, to be honest with you, we did the game on radio. For the first 1 hour, United, super. Everybody who watched the game, this is the first time after the Leeds United game this season that you could clearly see that Man United were playing and they were controlling the tempo of the game. There wasn't any issue. There was only one issue, and that was Fred. Every other player on the side of United, super. From Wan-Bissaka to Luke Shaw to Varane, Lindelof, McTominay, Greenwood, everybody super. Because you could clearly see that the tempo was there. They were controlling the game. They were moving the ball forward quicker, as instructed. Over the weekend, we heard that Cristiano Ronaldo had met the team, including the manager, clueless Solskjaer, and he's told him that, look, if you guys want me to score between 25 and 30 goals, we need to move the ball quicker. So yesterday, when I was doing the game on radio with Nathan Kwao, I was looking at whether that indeed was the message. And you could clearly see. And there were times where McPhillan would come on the touchline and reminded everybody that, look, let's go. So United completely cruised. But anytime the ball got to Fred, under no pressure, he either gives it away to the Everton players or he misplaced the pass. Look, United have seen the likes of Nicky Butt, we've seen the likes of Roy Keane, Owen Hargreaves, Paul Scholes, Michael Carrick within that department. There were times where, apart from the Barcelona midfield, no other midfield in the world could be compared to that Man United. So it is a position that over the years we've been spoiled for choice. And if you look at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you have played alongside the likes of Roy Keane, the likes of Michael Carrick, Paul Scholes, Nicky Butt, and those people. And you look at what Fred is doing week in, week out. And you are bold enough to come in a press conference and say, look, you like his tempo, you like his attitude. He can have all the good attributes. But when it comes to the execution, do you like that, Solskjaer? Do you like that, Solskjaer? So it was clear. And now look at the goal that United conceded.
Right.
Look, if I'm the boss, and I was happy I'm not the only person who said that. You guys are very close to me. Mm-hmm. When I see such a mistake, I give you a minimum 6 matches. You not come closer. If I'm the coach. And yesterday, Owen Hargreaves made a similar point. He said, if that was Alex Ferguson, you won't come closer to the team for at least 2 months.
Wow.
And I said, wow, this is proper coaching. No wonder I have that. Because he had 2 chances, and you could see the reaction from Ronaldo. Mm-hmm. Come on, man.
He was furious.
Come on, just go in.
He was furious.
This grey boy, even me, without any training, I will just shoulder him one time.
you just do it.
I'll just shoulder him like this. If I catch ball. You, Fred, you've been going to the gym. They are paying you thousands of pounds every month, every week.
We had at the gym. He's lifting weights.
He's been lifting weights and all those things. And
yet the strength is not there.
And you allow a very short guy to just
body you
twice. Go back to the incident. The ball came to him first. Who was in front of him? There was Wan-Bissaka there. All he needed to do was to pass the ball to Wan-Bissaka. And Wan-Bissaka, if he will give the ball back to David De Gea, the 1-goal lead is preserved. Because there was no way Everton was coming back into this game unless Man United gifted them the opportunity.
Yeah.
And for me, it is the coach. It is coaching. Yesterday, I just couldn't fathom. Look, how come Ole Gunnar Solskjaer
fathom?
Look, no,
wait, relax.
I couldn't believe. You see,
yes,
I couldn't believe
the
it.
word is fathom.
Fathom.
Exactly.
I just couldn't fathom. Like you have said. I just couldn't fathom. When I saw the first 11 of Man United, and I realized that Cristiano Ronaldo was on the bench. So Nathan asked me, Coach, would you have done that? I said, yes, I would have benched Ronaldo. Because whoever watched the game against Villarreal would have clearly seen something. That Zero in that game was completely non-existent.
He was,
until he scored that 95th minute goal. He was, and it has to do with fatigue. Nobody should be carried away here. He's 37 years old, isn't it? So he needs to be properly managed. Yeah. So I would have done that. But look at his replacement, El Matador. It doesn't come better and bigger than El Matador.
So for you don't think the selection had any role to play?
No, the selection was the
You're talking about the.
No. If only
this
is the fair. This is Wan-Bissaka. Mm-hmm. Play the ball to him. He didn't do that. Then look at that. Look at Fred.
Oh God.
So what I was trying to say is that look, nobody should understand why he benched Paul Pogba yesterday. Pogba played 75 minutes against Villarreal. Mm-hmm. after this weekend game, everybody is going to international break.
So no need to rest anyone.
Why are you resting?
Exactly.
Solskjaer is not smart.
That's why I don't think he should have rested Ronaldo.
No.
As
for him, rest him, because when you have Cavani on the bench, you need to manage Cristiano Ronaldo. This is Everton. Ronaldo, he can rest.
But Everton are strong.
Look, the replacement is Cavani.
That's what I'm talking about. The replacement is Edinson Cavani, which is proper. So therefore, why did he rest for Pogba? He didn't understand. The man has been sleeping on the job. Look, if he's awake, he will realize that Man City were playing Liverpool. That should have prompted him to look. He needed to beat Everton to at least open a 2 or 3 points gap on one of them. Do you know what has happened? United have played 7 games. United yet to play any of the big teams.
Right.
Already trailing.
And we've thrown away 7 points in 7 games. So out of a total of 21, United have what? 14.
And the teams that have played, basically only Everton really, and maybe Aston Villa are in the top 10. That's what I'm saying.
And what makes it even more serious is that United have thrown away 5 points at home to Villa
and Everton.
Unbelievable.
What? And what makes it even more deadly? I'm happy that it is that
deadly. No, it keeps coming. No.
Yeah, what makes
more
it
damning, more deadly.
More deadly is the fact that after the international break, it's Leicester, it's Liverpool, it's PSG, it's Man City. Yes, I love that. And at the end of that trade, there's Chelsea there. But the beauty, look, that is why I support United. I support United before. When you think that these big teams will come in, just walk over.
That's when they show up.
No, just show up.
Okay, we'll see whether they show up or not.
But we'll beat you.
Beat who? Me, Fentuo. You beat me.
Chelsea.
You said you beat Chelsea.
I'm stating it here. I'm stating it here. Look,
you say, that day, don't state anything.
That day, we should do the program on TV.
Daniel, you picked out some very interesting moments about United's defending, and you think it's all down to coaching.
Look, it's a coaching problem. And I did that just to make a point. First of all, I don't think there's been a perfect team ever in this world.
There can never be.
There can never ever be a perfect team. It is good coaches who make teams look perfect. And a perfect system brings the best out of players. It can make even the average players look like world-class players. That is all down to coaching. Now, when this United defensive problem started, a lot of people were complaining about personnel. We need a better player, we need a better midfielder, we need a better centre-back. But I've picked out some moments. First of all, is the United game against Everton yesterday.
Okay.
The Everton goal. If that can be displayed on the screen, I'll be very happy.
Okay.
The first goal that Everton scored, in fact, Everton's only goal. This one. Let it be paused right now.
Pause it here. Okay.
So now, my point is, United's defending is always reactionary, starting from this moment. Nobody anticipates, everybody is chasing the ball.
Okay.
So you look at Fred right now, who's lost it. You look at Wan-Bissaka, who is obviously on the ball. Now, the important runs I'm looking forward to is Lindelof and Luke Shaw. Now, let's play and watch them.
Okay. Keep playing.
Shaw is going for the ball. Lindelof is going for the ball. All of them have neglected a run of Townsend, who is behind them, and then the goal is scored. The next one comes, and that is the goal that Everton scored but was disallowed.
Yeah.
That's the second one in the Everton game. Look, this is a corner kick for Everton. Both Sancho, Ronaldo, Greenwood are all going for the ball. Pause it here. United players were literally...
This is unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
How many United...
Every single one of them. Let's just go back a bit and you understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You look at Paul Pogba, you look at Varane, you look at McTominay, you look at Lindelof. All these guys were ball watching, going for the ball from Gordon.
Okay,
Godfrey. Yeah, Godfrey. Watch them. They are all going for the ball from Godfrey.
How many of them want to take the ball from one player?
One player. And then he slips it to he has two options, either Doucouré or Davies. This is number 2. Again, we see United players are all ball watching. This is reactionary defending.
Same match.
Same match.
Okay.
Now we move on to a different match. The next one.
Against Villarreal.
Against Villarreal. Now watch the one against Villarreal. Pause it right here. Perfect. Right here. Villarreal, this is a well-drilled team. Pogba has no passing option. You look at Ronaldo up top, who is marked. Bruno is marked. Greenwood is marked. His only realistic option is Dalot, but he has to get the ball.
No passing
he has to get the ball
yeah.
under control. Now, this also exposes Man United's defensive transition. It is very easy for them. Look at as Pogba loses the ball. Let's play it and see. As soon as Pogba loses the ball, Villarreal know that there's a free man there, Danjuma, and he's free on goal. It is that easy because teams have studied this United team and they know how easy it is. Now, this was on Wednesday. Yeah. Let's go back a couple of weeks ago against Newcastle.
Newcastle.
How Manchester United conceded that goal against Newcastle. Now, look at this. Pause it right here. Again, ball watching. Everybody is chasing the ball. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 against 1 in Maxima. Play the video and watch it.
Okay, go. There.
Shaw is chasing the ball. Varane is intelligent because, pause it now, pause it. Before then, you could see Varane watching Shaw's run, just to dictate where he should run. Varane expects Shaw to follow Saint Maxima so he can help out with Wan-Bissaka. Shaw doesn't do that. He chases the ball. Now he's left Varane exposed. Matic is old. He cannot track the run of Manquillo, who is running down the line.
Maguire had dived into
a tackle, chasing the ball. And let's play it and let's watch what happens. Now it's a 1-against-2 situation, and Newcastle score. Let's go back. Last season,
Man City.
No, that was 2 seasons ago. Manchester City versus Man United in the Carabao Cup. Semi-final first leg. Let's watch that one and see. Very similar incidents. Man United have the ball. They lose
giving it away.
1 player goes for the ball. 3 of them are going for the ball. They lose it. Now all of them are going for the ball. Nobody is making any proper positioning.
3 players are chasing the same player.
Every time the ball goes to a Man City player, 3 or 4 Manchester United players follow the ball. Nobody is positioning themselves, anticipating where the ball may come to in order to stop the attack. Now we are going back last season in the Champions League.
The most glaring
one. And this is how bad the coaching is against Istanbul Başakşehir. Let's watch that one. Now this is a corner. Let's pause it here. This is a corner. Let me just give you some context. Manchester United had a corner. It was swung in. It was cleared out. It was hit back in. And it was cleared out again. Now let's play it and see. 1 pass, and that's the entire Manchester United defense. Because 7 players are on one side of the pitch because the ball had fallen to that side. So all the 7 players moved on to that side. And the replay will show you just how bad it is from look at this. Just pause it here. So you look at Dembaba, who is free. Whoever is in post can see that Dembaba is free. But you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Manchester United players on the right-hand side of the pitch, all where the ball is. Nobody properly positioned to get into the try and stop a counter-attacking moment. Now, let's come back to studio and let me just let you understand why I'm saying this is not personnel, this is coaching. The Manchester City one, the centre-back pairing was Phil Jones and Lindelof.
Okay.
Same result. Yesterday's Everton game, it was Lindelof and Maguire. Same result. Lindelof and Varane. Newcastle one was Varane and Maguire. Same result. You look at Istanbul Başakşehir, it was Maguire and Lindelof. Same result. So you talk about change the players. The coaching is the fundamental problem. We are £300 million later, almost an entire team. Because Ole has bought Alex Telles, he's bought Wan-Bissaka, he's bought Varane, he's bought
Maguire. That's
Maguire.
Entire back four.
200 million. He's bought Van de Beek, he's bought Cristiano Ronaldo, he's got Cavani, he's got Sancho. That is a wealth of attacking talent. What again? Or who again do you want to buy to complete this puzzle? If I was the CEO of the club, I'll tell you, you don't even need to replace Fred. You don't need somebody to replace Fred because trust me, a good manager can come in and mark my words, he will make Fred look like a world-class player because of simple coaching, simple demarcation, making the job just simple for him to do. Ole is that bad and he needs to go.
As for Fred,
I agree.
I agree with everything that he said.
Yeah.
I don't see any manager coming to teach a player how to control a pass. So as for Fred, look, he cannot control a pass. Even under no pressure, he gives the ball to the opponent. That is not coaching. The player is that bad.
That's a lack of talent.
That is simple.
This guy was being pursued by Pep.
No more agile. They should take him out.
All right. Brilliant stuff from Daniel. Brilliant. Let's move it on to Chelsea. The 2 p.m. kickoff, they took on Southampton. They have suffered back-to-back defeats in all competitions, one against Man City, the other one against Juventus in the Champions League. They desperately needed to win, and they found it against Southampton. All right, so Chelsea found the victory 3-1, slightly aided, of course, by that red card. But Nimley, it was a very interesting game.
Don't say slightly aided by the red card. The red card is part of the game.
Exactly, so it's aided them. So what is your problem?
No, don't, it's as if without the red card, Chelsea wouldn't have won. Don't say it like that. What I'm saying is,
I said they were slightly aided by the red card.
I don't want to believe so. I have seen 10 against 11 with the 10 men going on to what? To beat the 11 people. Was there any aid? No. What I'm saying is, if I am the coach, Hasenhüttl, is that the name? Hasenhüttl. The price, I would deal with him good.
Who? What Prowse?
What sort of tackling is that?
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
At the stage, you see, I hate players who don't understand
the
situations. You are at the bridge of all places. You had been bombarded incessantly with proper attacking football. You had gotten yourself back into the game.
10 minutes.
You were very comfortable. You can see the scoreboard, 1-1. You can see the time there, 10 minutes to the end. If there's anybody who should be that sensible, it should be the captain of the team. Should have led by example. He was so much in a hurry thinking that he could win the ball off. Look, I don't like Jorginho midfield. I don't like it. But there's one thing that I've always admired about him, his ability to try and mimic Sergi Busquets in his heydays. Under pressure.
Yeah. He doesn't panic with that.
He doesn't panic. He won't panic.
No.
He knows that he
won't get the ball.
He will give it back to the goalkeeper. If he looks at you, he will turn his way.
Yeah,
pass it square.
exactly.
He's free.
But you won't get the ball.
You won't get the ball off him. Okay? If you look at the game yesterday, I enjoyed the first half.
Yeah.
It was end to end. And I said, look, why is Southampton not playing like the way they did against Man City? I was wondering.
Compact.
They should be compact. They didn't. They decided to go toe-to-toe, but after the 20 minutes, I said, hey, okay. But again, the coach didn't understand. These people, they have Lukaku. Southampton, you sold Danny Ings for 30 million. And you've gone to replace him with who? Armstrong. A striker who will never bite any opposition in the big games. So tactically, Hasenhüttl, he got it completely wrong.
Okay.
But this is what I admire about Chelsea yesterday. The moment the red card, when you look at the changes from Toto Alote.
Brilliant.
Toto Alote completely.
Thomas Tuchel.
Oh, no more. AKA Toto Alote.
God.
He completely told everybody that he's indeed a tactician.
Yes.
Look at the changes.
Yeah.
Come on. Everybody look at the pass, man. I was so happy for the young man.
Ross Barkley was my man of the match.
Because that was the sort of pass needed to open Salisu and co. But just a quick point on Salisu.
Oh, yes.
I saw your tweet yesterday.
Yeah.
And I supported 100. Maybe I'll have to be part of the delegation. You understand? I have to be part of the delegation that will go and see the young man. We need him to come and play for Ghana. He's a Ghanaian. I know that there are one or two reasons why he's not decided to play for Ghana. But we need all our best players on board. The likes of Salisu, the likes of Bernard Mensah, the likes of Alfred Duncan, where there are issues. Our big men should begin to eat humble pie and call some of these boys. Because look, some of the boys are very not happy.
Yeah.
And they think they've not been treated fairly over the years. So if you want them to put things behind, there's a proper way of going about it. Salisu again proved how solid. Do you see him under pressure?
He was rather calming down everybody in the Southampton defense.
There was a very intense moment where Chelsea were in that rat-ta-ta-ta move. Rat-ta-ta-ta-ta. Then he just stepped in and they took the ball. And then he controlled.
He dispossessed Lukaku a few times.
He just took the ball.
I enjoyed that battle.
He brought the true pass, the final true pass, and then he just drove the ball.
Salisu is calm, composed, collected. What a defender. We'll take I'm enjoying this. We'll take a very short break. When we come back, I'll take Daniel's thoughts on that Chelsea game, and then we can show you highlights from the Arsenal draw and the cracking game at Anfield earlier today, where Liverpool and Man City played to a thrilling 2-2 draw. This is Scorecard on Citi TV. All right, welcome back. This is Scorecard on Citi TV. Let me take some of your messages beginning on Twitter. Of course, you can leave your message with the hashtag Scorecard. It's right there on the screen. If you leave them, I'll see them. Let me read some messages from Twitter. I'll read some from WhatsApp as well. This one says, this is from Pelo. He says, thank God Danike is seeing what I've been saying. Honestly, Fred isn't the problem of the team, but Ole is their problem. He just doesn't know how to coach the team. Christopher Nimley, but I'm just down after hearing him praise Titi. Nice one. Interesting.
Yeah, I've always been sincere with my analysis. But when today
you've always been what?
Sincere. Today I've spoken about it. Total. We are happy. If only
Otis,
we are going to talk about the Champions League, you will see.
Yeah, Otis Rabia Sadat says, how I wish the Malian Football Federation invite Abdoulaye Doucouré to their national team. Great player by all standards. For the likes of him, the AFCON will be great to watch, you say. The Just Emery's on Twitter says, so people said Ole and Koeman passed their coaching course final exams with the aid of Hapo. Interesting. Arthur Benedict says, totality, Kaish. Okay. PJ Summers says, Danike is just good. Brilliant assessment of the cluelessness of Ole. The guy just isn't good. He has never been good. He stays, United sinks. Interesting. The Supers, Prosperity says, I'm missing Scorecard on Citi TV. How do I stream it? Go to citytvonline.com. It's streaming there live. Pate says, super submission from Danike. I'm enjoying the show with one good day drink. Interesting. Yaya Kohli says, Koranteng is a jewel. Man, you should contact Citi TV for Danny's serious dossier on their defensive frailties. The team's coaching is that bad.
Yeah, of course, man.
Dave K says, please ask Coach and Daniel if they have seen this picture of Ole after the game, smiling. Laughing, There's always a picture of Ole smiling, so everybody has seen it.
No, he's a nice man.
Exactly. Ellie Fearless says, I love the analysis from Danike on the poor defending from Man United, particularly in the counter-attacking situation. You can sample as many videos as possible and the results will be the same. United are just poorly coached, and this is a fact. Frank Khalid Leman says, the analysis by the City Sports pundits on Man United defensive frailties is top-notch. That's from Danike, of course. Mikael says, so more praise for Daniel. Says Daniel is so surreal in football analysis. Great stuff. Keep it up. Baby Sabo says, is there posit here by Danike for me? Correct analysis, pa. Eddie says, Daniel Bowa. Okay. The man also on Twitter says, spot on Daniel. And we all know that no coach will be able to transform Fred. He can't break and pass. Coach Nimley is my guy. Wait, what's the break and pass look like?
Control and pass.
Wait, the right for control.
You see, that's what he does. When he passes in the ball, then he'll be using his right to play with like, or the flip-flop people. No, yesterday you saw what he did. He was playing the 1-2 with Bruno. Bruno is here. Give it to Fred. Fred, give it back. Then Bruno gives it back to
then
him.
You give it.
Then the Everton midfielder, Doucouré was standing there. He controlled the ball from. Doucouré was wearing blue. He just took the ball and give it to.
You couldn't see the opponent in blue.
So I was asking Nathan, has he gone blind? They should check him. Check his side, quick. Oh, Charlie. Has he gone blind? They should check his side. Maybe he's gone color blind. Quick. He cannot differentiate red and blue.
He's looking hard, but he can't see.
The red gives it back to you. You give it back. So Bruno gives it back. Then he controls. Then he look at this is blue. Then he saw the blue as red. Then straight to the Doucouré. Go and score.
He's looking hard, but he can't see.
Oh, Charlie.
Let me read more messages. Oh, goodness me. Brido says, Koranteng's analysis on United's problems is spot on this. Okay, that was okay. I read that message. That was from Brido. Thank you. Niadote Thompson says, good evening, guys. Man United has made football turn into gobe. Not a good weekend of football, coach Danny. But Liverpool on the noisy neighbors made Sunday football look really good. Absolutely enjoyed it. Kwame Knox says, oh my God, I don't know what has happened to Fred. And Christ the King says, we told Man United fans to go for a proper DM, but they said Ronaldo was the solution. They shouldn't complain about Fred's performance. Eziman TV says, I don't understand why Fred is still playing at United. He shine rough. Well, born star BIB. I don't blame him much. The master of sharness is Holy, who consistently plays him. Interesting. Bayo Mohammed says, good evening to Abraham. Always listening to Scorecard. Coach, please call Ole for me or tell him to leave our team for us, please. He's killing me softly.
The call, you see, yesterday when Ronaldo walked off, the call went to Alex Ferguson. I have a feedback. The message is clear. He cannot do the job.
Yeah.
Zizou, the Lord is my barber. He's waiting. He's waiting.
Goodness me.
Antonio Toto Conte too is waiting.
Yeah. I'll try and take more messages, but we need to move the highlights on, show you more highlights. Of course, Daniel was itching to say something about the Chelsea performance, but I'm going to cut him and show him Arsenal at Brighton instead. One of his second favorite team. Arsenal were on a fantastic run. Of course, they won 5 games in a row in all competitions. They were looking to make it 6 at Brighton, but they were stopped. It ended 0-0. All right, so there you had it. Arsenal, for the first time in 6 games, they have not been able to win. Daniel, the incredible run comes to a halt. I mean, they didn't lose, obviously, but they didn't win either. What did you make of that particular match?
I'm still very troubled.
Why are you troubled? You don't even look impressed.
No, I'm not impressed. Why should I be impressed?
They had gone on a 5-match winning streak.
Forget about
that. That is what Arsenal should be doing. Arsenal should not be praised for winning 3 games in a row. It's supposed to be normal. That is it. This is Arsenal.
They've won the whole season.
This is Arsenal.
Before.
Shock. What is 3 games in a row? What is that? Look, I don't understand Arteta. You've played a brilliant game last week. High intensity, attacking football, pressing your opposition, being on the front foot. And then
you've rested for 7 days.
7 days? You're not playing in Europe. Yeah. Then you go to Brighton. Are you afraid of Brighton?
The pace of the game was just
and you are down, you are sitting.
From the Arsenal's perspective, it was that very slow.
It was
so
very
wrong. Look,
the
approach was so wrong. You're not going to win football games like that. And you see, that is what the Manchester Cities, the Liverpools, the Chelseas always do. When you go to grounds like this, you have to start very well. Start with high intensity.
Yeah.
Let them understand that you are the big team and you've come to town. You don't sit back and allow them to get comfortable, because once these teams get comfortable, it's very difficult to take the momentum away from them. And you see Manchester City, within 10 minutes they've scored 1 goal. Chelsea, within 10 minutes they've scored. Liverpool, that's how you start. When you go to difficult grounds like this. You don't sit back. And it's very disappointing, because I felt the Arsenal team is talented enough to beat this Brighton team. No disrespect to Brighton, they're a very well-coached team.
Yes.
But, look, you can't have a Brighton team. Bissouma didn't play this game.
No, he didn't. Their best
He's
player.
their best. And you have Partey in your team. He's somebody who can literally control the game. You give him that responsibility. And you take the same approach as you did against Tottenham. Take the game to Brighton. You will win. Fact of the matter, you will win. If you look at the few times Arsenal decided to go forward.
Look threatening.
Look, very threatening. Look at how open Brighton were. And we're there for the take. And that is a problem. You see, you have to be consistent. You cannot, if you are Arsenal, you understand that you are a big team. And that's what I always say. The understanding and the acceptance of that big team tag.
It's an attitude.
It is an attitude.
Yes.
It will reflect in how you play. If you are, this showed clearly that Arteta was a bit afraid of Brighton. And you can't be afraid of Brighton if you are Arsenal. You cannot.
Nimley.
You have to go there and beat them.
He said they were afraid of Brighton.
Everything showed yesterday.
And they showed them too much respect, almost.
No, but why should Arsenal be respecting Brighton?
Without Bissouma.
Too much respect without Bissouma. Bissouma, look, he's a beast. He's imbibed the English game so well that even against the quality opposition, he will show how good a player he is. And there was no Bissouma yesterday. You had Partey. You had is it Kolunga?
Yes,
Lokonga, that young boy. All the manager needed to do was to liberate the guys. There was Aubameyang, there was Smith Rowe, there was Saka. Liberate them and get them to play on the front foot. And they will definitely, because this Brighton team, look, their genuine threat is from area balls or set pieces. Because they are huge. Duffy and Dunk and those, they are big guys. So they like these set pieces. But apart from that, I don't see why Arsenal shouldn't match them for ball play. Match them, ball play, intensity, strength, power, everything. Match them like you showed a week ago against Spurs. But they went there. I think, look, it had to do with the game plan of the manager, because you could clearly see that he fell in love with the attitude of the Arsenal players, the tempo at which they were playing. And I was asking myself, was that the tactics on the day?
Yeah.
To take the steam out of the game and wait and counter? He wasn't serious.
Very interesting. Let me take a couple more messages, because I promised you that. Of course, every time we come, we don't read as many messages as possible. This one is interesting. It said, good evening, Fentuo. Good is never fine. The season is young, but I think we just watched the game of the season. What a tactical battle between Klopp and Pep. But for the ref, Miller should have seen red. This guy deserves Ballon d'Or because this is what Messi does, and his name is being mentioned. He deserves a hype. That's from Yaya Awa on WhatsApp. Good evening to you and your crew. I'm Francis from Ahanta in Unase. The Blues are back. It's your message, very simple. I love Enyinasi. It's a very beautiful place. Hey, so can they sack Oli? How can you bench your players who always make positive impact in our games? Ofunu coach Pato Laundry Services in Kumasi, a good friend of mine. Pato, relax. In Oli we trust. Don't worry. Good evening, guys. I'm really enjoying this program. This is from Kashigu from Wa. I love you guys. We love you too, all the way in Wa. This one says, this is from Quentin David from East Legon. He says, me as a Chelsea fan, I'm tired of winning. I need a combination of PSG, Man City, and Inter Milan. Oh, nah, but Chelsea can still win. We are just unstoppable. Interesting. Keep talking.
A week ago, he was dazed.
You see teams playing nice football, and there is Ole, whose style of play favors Ole McFred. Awesome, McFred. I've lost this.
But I don't know whether you realize that. I want the Chelsea people to respond, if it is indeed true.
What's that?
After the loss against Juve and Man City, the whole Ghana was so beautiful and quiet.
I don't think so.
Did you call me?
Very true.
I don't think so.
Did you call me?
Why should I call you?
But if you call me, I will answer the call.
If you call me, I will answer the call.
Wow.
You call me, I will answer the call. I hear. When my Chelsea lose, that's when you start calling me unnecessarily.
No, if you, I've never done. You have been doing that.
I've never done that. Don't call me. Okay. All right. Is my Liverpool Man City game ready? If it is, we'll try and take the highlights. It was a fascinating game of football, of course. Mohamed Salah scored one of the best goals of the season, and it was just an unstoppable game of football. All right, so that was the fascinating result, 2-2. Let me show you the full results from the Premier League this weekend before I take the guy's stuff. So there you go. Brentford winning at West Ham was the shocking result of the weekend. Leicester gave away a 2-0 lead to draw 2-0 with Crystal Palace. And then Watford and Leeds. Now, this is important because after the 1-0 victory for Leeds United, Watford decided they had seen enough of their coach and sacked him. So Cisco Munoz is gone after 7 matches into the season, the first managerial casualty. Wolves also beat Newcastle 2-1, and the rest of the result we showed you highlights of. All right. Namely, this was one of the best games of the season, and it may be too early, but we've always known every time these two teams meet, they always have a classic, and this was a really good one.
I enjoyed the game until Man City equalized the second time. And I looked at Jurgen Klopp. I said, come on, man, you've cost your team 3 massive points right there.
How did he do that?
It was simple. How could you, one of the best managers in the game, not see the need to protect such a beautiful goal? I couldn't believe it. Salah had no chance whatsoever putting that ball in the back of the net. That wasn't a chance.
Yeah.
He made it the chance and he buried it. So, an Antonio Conte, Jose Mourinho, even a Pep Guardiola would have protected that goal. That was a goal worthy of winning the game today.
Supposed to win it.
Should have won the game. But I blame Jurgen Klopp because the moment that fantastic goal went in, I would have thought that he would have told the Liverpool players to now ease the tempo of the game.
On a more serious note, how do you stop this?
No, that's what I'm saying. That look, from the coaching perspective, I was very much disappointed in Jurgen Klopp. Because if I'm the one in charge of this team, I am protective. Because this goal should have been the headline story.
Yes, exactly. The winner. I agree.
This goal should
100%.
I'll protect that goal with every tactical knowledge I have. That's what I would have done. Look at the goal that cancelled it up. A wicked deflection. It's because even after scoring such a beautiful goal, the manager decided that let's go toe-to-toe with Man City. And he's got the players to sit back,
take the steam,
and then just take the steam in one pass for Fabinho or the young man Phillips in the middle, and Liverpool is on the goal for the fourth goal, for the third goal. Jurgen Klopp tactically got carried away in the celebration. You remember last season, I criticized the House of Folk coach, and I said, look, there are moments where you don't get involved in the celebration. There are moments where, as a coach, you should see the seat and say, come on, look, guys, we've won it. I'm happy, but look, go this way, calm down, take the steam. Just make the game ugly. How did Jose Mourinho make his name? He made his name from such instances where
closing games.
He will close the game, he will spoil the beauty of the game because you are in the lead. You should acknowledge that there's something you've got to protect. And tactically, he still allowed Fabinho to go forward. He allowed Jones to go forward. Henderson was all over the place, run. All he needed to do was to get those two guys to stand in front of the back four. Because the Liverpool defense themselves did not look solid at all.
No, throughout again they didn't.
So Van
Dijk looked to be struggling.
I don't know what that.
And Man City targeted that right side
of Milner.
Yes.
So again,
and it was so obvious. In the first half alone, 49% of Man City's attack went down that
because
side.
They knew that Mohamed Salah would not come. So they kept drawing Henderson closer to him and creating the space in the middle for.
And
but look,
that's why
another player who was fantastic today was Bernardo Silva.
Oh yes. Oh goodness me. Oh goodness me.
What?
He had a game to remember.
He could bypass the press and just turn the Liverpool players 360, and then pass the ball to the next player. But look, if you are Jurgen Klopp, you should go and look back at this and say.
So you're saying it was 3 points lost, like 2 points lost.
He completely. If I'm Salah, I'll be looking at the manager. Come on, man! Tactically, we should have protected this goal.
Yeah. Imagine the headline.
Yes, Mohamed Salah.
Magical Salah steals Anfield thriller.
But he's gone because the manager didn't see. How long was it? I think we were about 12 minutes to the end of the game.
I mean, Daniel, in the first half, and this is why I really want to pick up. In the first half, Man City didn't give Liverpool any breathing space. In fact, they should have been 2 or 3-0 up. Phil Foden was quite wasteful.
Yeah, and just to put things into context, this was a Man City midfield of Rodri, a holding midfielder, Bernardo Silva, an offensive midfielder, and Kevin De Bruyne. And they still were not conceding chances to Liverpool.
Yeah. Right.
That is coaching. That is coaching.
You don't need defensive players.
You don't need
to do
6
the
defensive midfielders. That is coaching. Because the system is so strong. The system is working so much so that
every player
how do they defend? As soon as they lose the ball, they counter press. Make sure that Liverpool don't have space to exploit their weaknesses. And it was working time in. Look, every single time they lost the ball. And in the past 2 games against Chelsea and against Liverpool today, Rodri has been.
He has been.
Yeah, he's been brilliant.
He's beginning to understand that role. And that's something I'm very happy about. So look, this Manchester City team, in as much as, yes, they are brilliantly coached, I'm still going to hammer on this point. They need a finisher. They do.
They really do.
Because this is the second game in the week that they should have won in terms of chances created. Man City had no business losing to PSG on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I said the Bernardo Silva chance was almost
They
funny.
had no business losing to PSG. And today, they should have beaten Liverpool. Because Liverpool literally didn't create anything. Both goals were from
Salah's
brilliance. The first goal, he turned Cancelo. Laporte, fed Mane scored. Second goal, he made it himself. And that is something that Guardiola seriously needs to look at. You can sail through these games, but there will come a point in the season where you look back on these points dropped and start questioning why. If you had a finisher in this game, boom, you are 3-1 up in the first.
That's why
half.
I don't understand why he keeps playing Jesus at
No,
that
and
right.
you see,
because I feel like if he trusted Jesus more in that centre forward position, he sharpens.
Look, I think I kind of understand
to do that because the form of Mahrez
has
Whose
dipped.
fault is that?
No, but
No, you see, and frankly speaking, in terms of finishing, you see, that's where his dilemma is. Because if you want somebody at the end of the chances, honestly speaking, Gabriel Jesus is not his finishing is not miles ahead of the likes of Kevin De Bruyne or Phil Foden. His finishing is a problem. His positioning and his movement is good, but it can also be matched by those he puts in the center of the front three. So he needs a specialist. Look, that's my opinion. He needs a specialist in that position. If Manchester City are going to.
I just feel like he hasn't trusted him enough because when Gabriel Jesus first came to the Premier League from Brazil, he didn't even need time to settle.
No, but he hasn't grown in the position.
Yeah, but also in that space of time, we've also seen Pep Guardiola play all kinds of formations where he's played without a striker. He hasn't necessarily trusted him enough. That's my opinion. I feel like if he trusted him and really taught him how to finish, how to move, he gets better. Pep is one of those guys that's known for.
But the £100 million man,
really?
He's a problem.
Hold your thoughts there. We'll take another break here on Scorecard. I've got more messages, and when we do come back from this particular break, we'll take you around Europe, show you some shocking results from Spain, where both Real Madrid and Barcelona lost, and Germany, where Bayern Munich were beaten by a Frankfurt team that had not won a game the whole season. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Scorecard on Citi TV. Let me see if I can take a couple more messages on Twitter as well. So the Twitter gang are really killing it. Daniel Ej says, I pray that someday Coach Nimley will get a coaching job so that if things don't go well, we'll use some of his analysis he does to castigate him. Always thinking bad, you see your life.
You should tell the people at the FA to do our football well. Then I'll get into football.
Thank you.
I'm already into football.
Of course, he was into football. Until the day they chased him and he took his slippers and ran away. But he has always been in football.
Don't come and be putting false news out there. You were not there. I told you the story, and you always tend to twist the story. I don't get this, man. You have a problem, man. You have a problem.
Coach was into football. Full-time coaching.
I'm still into football because my team is still
I mean, like, as in, you were at the top level. Let me put it that way. Nimley was coaching at the top level, not Premier League, but Division 1 level. In Ghana, Division 1 is the most difficult league to play in this country. Until one day, he went to play a match and at halftime, the things he saw, he just carried.
What actually happened was that,
and he just moved his slippers, and then he just looked there, then he abandoned the team halftime and went home.
I'm here
to eat bangu and get.
I'm here. What happened was that.
I finished telling the story.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
You should behave yourself.
I don't know what to do.
I'm telling the story.
What happened was that.
What happened?
My opponent, the supporters of it was an away game.
Yes.
So the supporters of my opponent saw that. For as long as I stand on the touchline, they needed to draw to gain qualification. I needed a win. After the first 10 minutes, we were shown a red card, something I had predicted would happen.
And trained for.
Yeah. And with 10 men down, my team took the lead, and the supporters saw that if they don't get rid of me from the touchline, there's no way they are even drawing the game.
So what did they do?
So they decided to attack me personally. And what made it even seriouser, I thought my people, my managers and coach should have come to my aid. They just stood there and watched me being attacked. And I said, come on. I've got my beautiful wife and beautiful children. Yeah. I'm a professional chemist and all that. I've got better profession to concentrate about.
So where were your slippers?
No, but I don't coach with slippers. This man, you're talking about a trained coach.
Oh, I thought your slippers were somewhere, so you look left, you look right,
if you look
then
at
you
me,
went and you found them.
No. If you look at me, would I go to a venue?
I don't know now. You're a coach. Maybe your feet were hurting you.
In tomorrow, they use the coach with slippers. This man, he has problems.
Charlie.
Continue with the show.
Let's move on and stop this thing.
Let me take you to Germany and bring you highlights of Bayern Munich against Eintracht Frankfurt. Bayern had not lost a league game at the Allianz Arena in 30 matches. Frankfurt, on the other hand, has not won a game so far this season. All right? But then they go to the Allianz Arena and somehow manage to win by 2-1. Nobody saw that coming, but it happened. And Borussia Dortmund took full advantage. They took on Augsburg and they made sure they won to go within 1 point of a top. Hey, some people have strikers. So let me show you the full results from the Bundesliga this weekend. So there you go. Bayern's shocking defeat confirmed. They lost at home to Eintracht Frankfurt. Cologne won 3-1 against Greuther Fürth. Wolfsburg lost at home to Mönchengladbach. Stuttgart beat Hoffenheim 3-1. Hertha Berlin lost at home to Freiburg 2-1. RB Leipzig won eventually 3-0 against VfL Bochum. Mainz, they lost at home to Union Berlin. Bayern Munich's defeat confirmed there as well. Bielefeld against Leverkusen. Not too sure what the results is, but OCIC can confirm that for you. That match kicked off later in the day. I saw it going on. I'll try and give you the results. I'm sure it's ended now, but I'll try and give you the results before we close. Guys, Bayern Munich, I mean, we always say these things. Just a blip, maybe. This is one of the things about football I don't understand. How does that even happen?
No, but that is the human definition of what football is all about. After all, these guys are human. They cannot win everything all the time. No. At times, what you least expect, they will have to have a feel of the other side of the coin, isn't it? But it's happy to see Bayern Munich lose, at least for the sake of the league. For
After what they did to Barcelona, and then
I mean, it is happy to. But at the end of the day, they are direct competitors. They will meet them and they will beat them good.
Yeah.
You understand? They'll make Dortmund
them 4-5.
Give them 4-5. Leipzig 4-5. So this is just one of. But like I said, it is nice to see them go through such things at least once in a while in the Bundesliga, so that the league will look a bit competitive. I've never seen that as a competitive league, to be honest with you.
All right, so as I promised, the game between Leverkusen and Bielefeld ended 4-0 in favor of Leverkusen. Nimley doesn't think the league is competitive. The big teams are just whipping the other teams. Let me take you to Spain. This is also very important. I would say Atletico Madrid took on Barcelona, and under pressure, Barcelona team lost to Benfica 3-0 in midweek in the Champions League. Before that, they had lost to Bayern Munich as well in the Champions League. 2 matches, 6 goals conceded. It just wasn't going well. The rumors were that Ronald Koeman could be sacked even before this match. He wasn't. He lost this game 2-0, still isn't sacked, still has a job, doesn't he?
I don't think he should be sacked. It's funny because I'm the one always calling for underperforming coaches to be sacked. I think Barcelona need to understand the situation they are in. This is a team in transition, and I think it's very unfair on the manager for fans to expect them to go to Atletico Madrid and win in the current state that they are in. Of course, that game against Benfica was a bit disappointing. In fact, it was very disappointing. But I think he's suffering, or the squad is suffering as a result of the negativity around the team. The fans are not happy, and it's having an effect on the team. And I think this is where they need the fans the most. The fans need to understand that this is a very young team. This is a team in transition. Just support them. We can see that in some certain games, they produce some brilliant patterns, and you can see that with time, and they'll continue to improve. But look, of course, I don't think Koeman's utterances is also helping him, and that's where he seems a bit arrogant when he talks, and that's what, of course, that's what the fans do not like at all. But as I'm going to say again, this is a team under transition. Fans need to understand that it will be a bit harsh for them to go to certain grounds like this, like facing a game against Bayern Munich and expecting a result. It's not going to happen. Bayern are always going to beat you. Atletico Madrid are going to beat you. They are going to grind out a result and beat you. So the sooner they get this, the better for them. Of course, I think by midway point in the season, things will improve. We saw this thing happen at the beginning of last season where Barcelona were struggling. At the end of the season, they threw the league. They were title challenge. They could easily have run away with the title, and that's why he needs some time. Of course, I don't think a new coach, and I think some of the players have said it. De Jong has said it. Memphis Depay has said it. Sergi Busquets has said it. Changing the coach is not going to solve the problem.
Look, some of the players are just not good enough, in my opinion. Like Eric Garcia in midweek against Benfica. Good Lord.
No, you see, at the end of the day, I think he's a good player.
He's good.
I don't think he's good.
No, he's a good player.
I think Barca literally just signed him because he's Catalan. I really don't think that Barca went out there and scouted. Garcia.
If he wasn't that good, do you think Pep Guardiola would be begging to keep him?
If he was good, Pep wouldn't chip him out.
They begged him to sign the renewal contract. He said he wouldn't sign.
That's what I'm saying.
They held on
no amount of begging will let him sell him.
No. They didn't sell him. He left for free.
That's what I'm saying. If he was good, Pep would do everything to keep him.
And that's what they did. He was just bent on
going back to Catalan. Look, the fact of the matter is this. The people at Barcelona have to admit, like Rantin said, that this team is undergoing transition. The post-Messi era cannot just be that smooth.
Yeah.
No, it will not happen like that. And especially, they'll have to set a target for this man. I think what they should be thinking about and then stay within reach is not to win the league title, not to win the Champions League. Maybe they can give a shot to the Copa del Rey and then hope that they qualify for the Champions League. This team that we are condemning today, if you watch them play, look, they are not playing badly at all. They are creating chances but they are not putting them away.
Yeah.
Defensively, we know Piqué and Co are a bit. So they need to look at that and then fix that department. 2-3 years from now, they will come and dominate Spanish football again.
I'll see. With Koeman?
It doesn't matter who the coach is.
I think it does. We just spent the first hour of the show talking about the importance of coaching. So you can't say it's not important.
As an institution,
as an identity,
they have an identity. Those people are calling. They know Laporte. He knows the one he wants. So
yeah,
it is Xavi he wants to bring back.
Is he ready?
Xavi, he understands the culture.
Yeah, but is he ready tactically?
Of course,
he's doing good at our side.
Of course, Xavi.
That's sad.
You wait. When the time comes, he will come.
All right, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. It seems, in fact, one Laporte himself has said that Koeman's job wasn't under threat, at least not immediately. But you just imagine that a couple more results like this, and he probably will be out of the job. Let's move to Italy. Okay, let me show you the 4 results from La Liga. See if you have them. Thank you. So there you go. Bilbao also beat Alaves, of course. Osasuna winning 1-0 against Rayo Vallecano. The Espanyol result was the other way around, in fact, because Espanyol won by 2-1 against Real Madrid, which is the highlights I should show you right now. Before, okay, so the 4 results you see there. Villarreal also winning 2-0 against Real Betis and all that. But then Real Madrid, of course, also lost against Espanyol. You saw that result. They lost by 2-1, and it was a result that was so unexpected, but it happened. And here are the highlights. I don't know, Nimley, if you got the chance to watch this particular game.
I did. Look, this Real Madrid centre-back pair will put fear in nobody.
Yeah.
They are still not, Carlo Ancelotti is still not sure whether he should go with Alaba and then Militao, or it should be Alaba and then there's Spanish boy, what's the name? Nacho, or it should be Nacho and look at the former world best, virtually struggling for pace.
Yeah.
You can't cheat nature. The fact is that the team is becoming overly reliant on Karim Benzema.
Yeah.
So if you are an opposition and you can find a way of eclipsing Karim Benzema, then you've taken about 80% of the chance away from this team. There he goes. Look at this. There he goes. Apart from him, nobody puts it in the back of the net. And I think that the more other players begin to take up the responsibility, the better. Where is Eden Hazard? Where is Hazard? Look at Benzema. He's virtually doing everything by himself. And that to me is not Real Madrid. Benzema, yes, he's a very good player. He will contribute his quota. But the others, like Eden Hazard, like, how do you call this boy? Gary Bill, for him, would they renew his contract?
I don't know. I don't think
he has to go. Yes. I mean, too many injuries, and I think it is not doing him and the team any good. He's on a high wage bill, and for him to be going through what he's going through, I think it is not in the interest of the team. So, but look, the manner of goals, the manner in which they consider those 2 goals, these are, especially when you look at the fact that they are being coached by an Italian, somebody who also believes in the philosophy of proper defending.
Yeah.
So Carlo Ancelotti will look at the goals they consider and say, come on, my team should not be conceding such goals. I'm not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, where by heart defending all over the place. It is properly constructed with players understanding their responsibility within the system, and that is not Real Madrid for me.
Interesting. Daniel, is that something you agree with?
Yeah, of course. Coach has hit the nail right on the head. There's something wrong with this Madrid team, and it has to do with their backline. Going forward to, of course, that over-reliance on Benzema. Of course, they are creating, but the fact that he's the only one who can put the ball in the back of the net, that's where the problem is. You need to start to spread the goals, and that's why I think somebody like Vinicius Jr. needs to come in. Ancelotti has done a brilliant job with him, but the finishing also must be added to his game. He has everything in his books to become one of the best players in the world. He can go past anybody. His decision making is improving, but in terms of the finishing also, he needs to work on that and ease that burden of Benzema.
What's wrong with Eden Hazard?
You should be answering that question.
Why are you asking us?
I'm not a Real Madrid fan.
He was very close to Rudiger.
Don't go there.
Then answer the question.
Don't do that.
You should be answering the question. You're asking what is wrong with him.
I didn't expect you to go there.
But you know what has been wrong with the man.
Let's go to Italy.
You are changing the topic.
Let's go to Italy. There was a Turin derby between Torino and Juventus. Juventus continuing their ever-impressive form, if I may call it that. After beating Chelsea, they followed that up with another win in a very important game against neighbours Torino. All right, very important victory for Juventus. Now they're on a roll, if you like. It seems they've suddenly steadied the tide, and now they seem to be cruising. Sassuolo took on defending champions Inter Milan as well. After Juve's win, of course, Inter Milan, if they need to defend their title, they need to keep winning, and they did that against Sassuolo. All right, so there you have it. There were also victories, of course, for other teams. Napoli beat Fiorentina by 2-1. AC Milan also won, I think.
Yeah, they beat Atlanta 3-2.
Atalanta 3-2.
Roma won 2-0.
Roma also won 2-0, that's true. So, in the Serie A, it's looking very competitive, but Napoli is still very comfortably at the top of the Serie A table. They look really
I
good.
watched the game.
Inter Milan are second.
I watched that Napoli game against Fiorentina.
Yeah.
Look, the Nigerian boy.
Osimhen Victor.
Charlie.
He's a handful.
Beast. And he looks very young. He's a young boy. Yeah. He's got speed, he's got strength, he's got power, he's got skill, he's got everything for a number 9. Look, he's a beast, and I love him.
Worth every penny.
I love every bit of him.
Yeah.
And they've built the team around him,
Mm-hmm.
So they know that in him, they've got a focal point. They've got somebody who could easily give them that outlet when they are under pressure.
Yeah.
All they need to do is to kick it long to him under pressure. He's got the physique. He will protect the ball and wait for them to join. And then they begin to play.
And Tammy. And here Nacho, who are you marking? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The standings in La Liga, it's getting very competitive this season, of course, like I said. The table has Napoli on top.
Serie A, you mean?
Yeah, Serie A. And, the reason is fascinating is that Napoli have won every single match.
Yeah, I think they're the only team in Europe.
Yep.
In all the top leagues to have won
because
8 out of
PSG lost.
They lost.
PSG had also won all games, but they lost. So 7 matches, 7 victories.
Mm-hmm.
18 goals scored, only 3 conceded, and they have 21 points.
And the Senegalese boy, Khalid Koulibaly.
Of course. Look, Milan are up to second now after that victory.
I've never seen a defender on the continent who is that ambidextrous.
Yeah.
He's so comfortable with both.
Composed
And relaxed under pressure. He just picks the ball and passes with both. Oh, Charlie.
Yeah. So the top 4 in La Liga, it's 21, 19, 17, 15.
We don't stand any chance, oh, Charlie.
Napoli, AC Milan, Inter Milan, Roma. That is. And guess who are the coaches of these 4 teams?
Top coaches.
Of course.
Top coaches.
If you are not a top coach.
Yes, you've got Spalletti.
Yeah.
He's in charge of Napoli.
Spalletti in charge of Napoli. Pioli in charge of Milan. Inzaghi in charge of
Jose
Mourinho in charge of Roma. That's quality coaching. Quality coaching. Don't underestimate it. PSG were in action. For the first time this season, they lost the game, but they had their very best players. After what they did to Man City midweek, everybody thought maybe this front 3 of Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi.
Front 4.
Yeah, had figured out how to play. But it took our teenager, Kamaldeen Sulemana, that he is, a 19-year-old, to cause havoc. Look at that pass into the far post for the opening goal.
That's a proper assist.
That is a proper assist.
That's a proper assist. The vision was spot on.
Yeah, it was.
Look at the technique. So he picked up the ball from here clearly.
He's already seen it.
And then he saw the movement. Oh, poor Charlie. This is proper player.
It is.
Look at where he could picture the movement of the player. And look, once I get the delivery right, he's in the back of the net.
Yeah.
So to me, look, I watched the game actually. I watched this game, and he was...
It was brilliant.
He was sweet.
Right.
As a Ghanaian, if you watch a fellow Ghanaian, well, there's Neymar, there's Messi, there's Mbappe, Di Maria, Idrissa Gana. Mention
and he's stealing the headline.
And he's the one stealing the headline. He's taking on the Moroccan
Hakimi
right back and then just shaking the body, and then Hakimi is all over. Charlie.
It's called a shimmy.
We'll meet him in the afternoon.
You know how long it took for this.
He wasn't doing the £100 million man. No.
Even that boy, getting him to the Black Stars was an issue. There's a story that very soon.
Nimley.
There's a story that very soon. I'm just waiting for the evidence. If I get hold of that evidence,
yes.
I'll be
Nimley,
the
viewers say you haven't shown them anything for a while. Today we have about 90 seconds to wrap
I can
up.
show Kamaldeen.
Yes.
So the ball was given to Kamaldeen, and then Hakimi just get hey, Hakimi. He put Hakimi and say, hey, Hakimi, there Shimba, hey, the movement.
Thank you, Coach Nimley.
Yes,
and a big congratulations to Franklin Bedu
Jr.,
man, who got married this weekend.
Coach,
a big fan of the show.
Frankly, make sure that you make use of the Goro and Goro 2-line things.
Show producer, of course, Nathan Kwao, Ebo as well, and the Koranteng, Christopher Nimley, my guest in here. Always a lovely time. Thank you from wherever you're tuning for all of your lovely messages. It's been an absolute phenomenal time. Show repeats Monday, 1 p.m. Don't miss. Take care.